I've been waiting for a better day. Never won't get out our way. Jacob strong, and we're on our way home. All these obstacles in front of me, been blind, but now we're see. Oh, now we're flying. Way to Zion. Oh, so long to be. And the judgment happens and oh, I say.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Hit that like button on your way in.
And that we hear saints marching in kingdom, now we're in it. Babylon is gone away. We were waiting for the slave, and now we're flying on our way to Zion.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back to the Born of Levi experience here on G.O.C.C. Media. Thank you guys for coming in. All praises be to the Most High. We are here nonetheless once again for another Thursday night edition. And that was Elder Rawchaa with Bye Bye. Right? Beautiful song. Man, that song always get me going. And it's so fitting for tonight's discussion. It's just we're just gonna be having a night, just a moment to appreciate our Lord and our Savior Christ, or Yeshua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right? So thank you guys for coming in. Happy Feast of Unleavened Bread. Where is my manners? Right? I hope you guys are having a blessed Feast of Unleavened Bread, brothers and sisters. Hope y'all eating y'all unleavened, right? And speaking of unleavened, I gotta go make some more after this. I gotta make it fresh because my little one, he be more bread. He just be eating that thing like a cereal. So definitely gotta go make some more. But I hope you guys are having a blessed feast. I hope you guys had a blessed Passover as well. Wait, matter of fact, before I even oh my goodness, before I even talk about bread and all of that Passover, brothers and sisters, all praises be to the Most High, man. Clap it up for the Most High, man. Listen, when I say y'all could show out, man, listen, Israel showed out for the Most High for the Passover, man. Yo, I just want to say, even though I wasn't there, but I was tuned in online. And listen, man, I know the Most High was well pleased with that Passover. Clap it up for him again one more time. I know the Most High was well pleased. You guys look amazing, right? All of the performances, the play, the music. Shout out to Torrance or Officer Yarash, right? Listen, man, you guys did y'all thing, man. All praise be to the Most High. I mean, I felt like I was there, even though I wasn't there. I felt like I was there. And matter of fact, y'all, I had the best seat in the house. Nobody could get in front of my TV. I had the best seat. So praise the Most High for that. Like I said, you guys look really great. All of the pictures and the videos that I've seen on social media like Instagram, I've seen it all. You guys did y'all thing, man. And I really hope that, despite how y'all's well dressed on the outside, it looked like that on the inside, right? I hope we kept it that way even till now, because we still in the feast, right? But this coming Shabbat, this Saturday, we gonna be closing out the feast of unleavened bread. And I pray that you guys understand the spiritual significance behind the Feast of Unleavened Bread, understanding it's the leaven that's in us all, that we all have to reflect on, and understanding that we cannot keep the feast or the feast of the Most High with that old leaven, with that old built up sin that some of us are purging out, or you should have purged out, right? But speaking of the feast days, and with the topic, a moment to appreciate Christ, right? Understand that all of these feast days, brothers and sisters, and I want y'all to understand this. Every single feast day that you're able to partake in, please appreciate it. Hold dear to them, because I'm telling y'all, we ain't seen nothing yet. And every opportunity we get a chance to keep these feast days the way we can, in large numbers, some of us in our homes, right? Understand that these are the things that's going to carry us on from day to day. And before I continue, if I'm coming in nice and clear, brothers and sisters, please drop a quam in the chat for me, so I can know that I'm coming in nice and clear and I'm not just talking and, y'all not receiving what I'm saying. But please, real quick, just drop a quam in the chat. Let me know I'm coming in nice and clear. All right, all praises. Thank you. Shalom, shalom. I see Maria G.O.C.C. I see my man Hebrew Harris. I see you. Darcel Wiggins, I see you. Solomon, I see you. Nina. All right. Loretta, shalom. Everybody who's coming in, all praises. I appreciate you guys. Right? So like I was saying, with all of the feast days that we're able to partake in, right, it's very important that we hold on to these memories. Because honestly, I don't see the state of this earth the way it is right now in so-called 2025. I don't see it getting any better. And when I say any better, I'm talking about like how things used to be. And I remember when we was growing up, older folks used to say that, man, I miss the old days. I miss the way it used to be. And they've been saying that since when we were kids. And now we're the adults now, and we're saying that. So it's like every generation, it just gets worse and worse. But this is why I want to take a moment to appreciate Christ, because what's happening on this earth is only by the grace of the Most High. And I was talking about this during the Passover with some of the brothers who was here. And I was saying, can you imagine? And I want y'all to do this too. Can y'all imagine, brothers and sisters, where we would be at this point in time without the knowledge of the truth? Can you imagine? Can you imagine all of the things that we would have succumbed to through the talking heads on TV, and them giving us directives and telling us, yeah, you guys should do this. If you want to be healthy, you don't want to be sick, you got to go ahead and do this. Can you imagine where we would be? And this is why I always clap it up for the Most High, and I give him all the praise, honor, and glory. Because none of us, brother, listen to me, none of us is worthy. None of us is worthy. And we have to, like I said, we have to take the time to appreciate the Most High and appreciate Christ, because, we were all handpicked to understand this. It's not anything that you did. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't choose this. But Christ chose you out of all of the people on the earth to understand what you understand, and you're not running around like a chicken with your head, like a chicken with his head cut off. You have a sound mind. You have a direction, and you have the right holy days. the right calendar. And oh, speaking of that calendar and how Elder brought it out, how the Most High was telling, yo, don't waver, stay on course. And it's funny. It's funny that he mentioned that calendar too, because if you look at it, you know, you look at the calendar, certain like it would look like we're off course. Because why? Our calendar is not on course with the Gregorian calendar or the Gentiles calendar. But yet, even though, and check this out, brothers and sisters, even though we're not on course with the rest of the world, right? Like their calendar is whatever it is, it's set the way it is, but it seems as if ours is not aligned with the world. But guess what's still intact? The seasons. Check me out. So our seasons come in when it's supposed to, according to the Most High's calendar. And what I believe is that eventually our calendar is just gonna expose their calendar. And I'm gonna just leave it right there. And if you understand what I'm saying, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. Okay? Our calendar is eventually gonna expose their error. Right? Our God cannot be wrong. Man can be wrong, not the Most High. So you watch and see, brothers and sisters, that how our calendar will expose the error of the Gentiles. Remember I said that, right? But like I was saying, continuing on with understanding, and what I would do too, because I don't want to be too long-winded, and I always say that, but you know, I don't want to be too long-winded. I do want to try to see if I can open up the Zoom. I want to talk to my brothers and sisters, hear y'all testimony on how y'all appreciate the Most High in Christ, right? What I was saying as far as the world that we living in today, the world that we living in today, I don't see it getting any better. And when I say getting any better, like I said prior to this, how the older generation, they were saying I wish things could be the way it it used to be. But guess what? Things never went back to the way it used to be for them. Now we're in their place and we're saying, man, I wish things would go back the way it used to be. And guess what, brothers and sisters? Things will never go back to what it used to be. One aspect of it is finances. And I'm big on, well, not big, but I pay attention to what's going on when it comes to the finances of this place. You know, we've been doing that lately in this channel. We've been especially when I'm streaming, we've been speaking about tracking the money, looking at where the money is, and you can see what's happening behind the scenes and how the world or this particular government is setting up for the mark that we know that will soon come on this earth. There's no way stopping it. Like, it's coming. The only thing that we can do is to prepare for it. But in preparing for it and understanding the flow of money and inflation, we're going to talk about that just a little bit. Understanding inflation, understanding taxes. Man, if there's one word in the English dictionary that I hate the most, it gotta be the word taxes. I don't know about y'all, but if there's one word that I could say that I hate, it's taxes. I mean, we're getting taxed upon taxed, and it's like, yo, how? And sometimes I think about, like, yo, how are we still existing? Like, how are we still alive? 1 second. Like, how are we still alive? How can we still survive in an economy that everything is going up, but our pay is not going up? How do we make sense of that? And being this age and understanding what I understand now is like, yo, I really understand now what it means to live in a capitalistic society. And if you didn't know what that looks like, we're living in it. And the reason why I'm saying that, 1 second real quick. The reason why I'm saying that, right? Let me put this on the screen. I'll read this real quick with y'all. The reason why I'm saying that, understanding that we live in a capitalistic society, and understand that everything that we base our life on, or we base our life around, was finances. Because in order for us to live in these homes that we live, provide food for our children and our family, clothing, these things are the necessities that we need. But there's a price for all of these things. So all of us, we have to trade time for money, right? But it's like the time that we're trading doesn't equal the amount that we get to survive. If a lot of us didn't understand that yet, right? Let me go talk about the gold standard. And why am I bringing up the gold standard? This money that we use, that we work so tirelessly for, right? Some of us wake up the wee hours of the morning. Joe Bud said, I'm buying cheap stuff. Try not to go too cheap, because the cheaper, the deadlier. All right. Sometimes being too cheap could cost your life, could cost your health. So be careful with that too. All right. I understand we all gotta live within our means. So understanding the gold standard, right? With the gold standard, why am I bringing up the gold standard? We all of us, we work for what's called the dollar. But prior to 1971, money, or the dollars that we worked for, was backed by actual gold. Right? I want you guys to understand something here. So let me read this. And it reads, a gold standard is a monetary system in which the standard economic unit of account is based on a fixed unit of gold. So basically $1, I'm just going to throw out a number out there because I don't really know the actual math. But like, let's say $1 bill was, like, let's say, would be equivalent to 1 ounce of gold. I'm just throwing that. I'm not saying that's their actual figure, but I'm just saying, just to get you guys to see a ballpark figure. So every dollar, so like if you went up to $5, that $5 would be worth a certain amount in gold. That's what it used to be. So prior to 1971, in the early 1900s, one could go into the bank and, they actually got everybody to go to the bank, give them their gold in exchange for paper dollars. You're giving them something of value in turn to receive something of no value, which is paper. But who gives the paper value? We do. That's the whole trick. But anyways, so it says, I'm gonna read that again. A gold standard is a monetary system in which the standard economic unit of account is based on a fixed quantity of gold. The gold standard was the basis of the international monetary system. From when? From the 1870s to the early 1920s. And in the 1920s, that's when what came in? The Great Depression. From the 1920s to the 1930s, the Great Depression came in. The stock market crash. There was a financial reset during that time period. All right. So it says in the early 1920s, and from the late 1920s to 1932, as well from 1944 until 1971, when the United States, see that? When the United States unilaterally terminated convertibility of the US dollar to gold. You see that? So in 1971, that's when your money wasn't worth anything anymore. So, I gotta turn that part off. I'm sorry, this keep coming on. I gotta turn that off. But so in 1971, that's when they deemed money will not be backed by gold anymore. Right? that should tell you, once they did that, that should tell you that this place was going under since then. Well, probably before then, but since then. So now we work every day for something that has no value, but the value comes from us. We give it value. We give it its importance, right? Let me show you this here. And trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Why it's very important, and why I appreciate Christ. I appreciate having this knowledge. I appreciate having this truth, because you could drive yourself crazy trying to keep up with this society. Like, you would drive yourself insane once you start seeing, and there's a lot of us already probably living like this anyways. Once you see the bills piling up, you're looking at your paycheck, then you're looking at your bills, and your bills is more than what you make bi-weekly. It's like, yo, what the heck? And it's like you're drowning in debt. And it leads you into being a money chaser now. Now you got to do overtime. Now you got to work 2 jobs, 2, 3 jobs. Now basically you working for worthless money to pay bills. Right? And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm looking at how it's designed, and I'm looking at how it's set up, and I'm like, yo, the people without Christ, without this truth, this is what their life is about. This is what they live for. But us, should we live like this? Should we continue to try to keep up with the Joneses? To try to seem as if we looking like we got it? Because everything is going to get exposed. The way, especially how they're speaking about the finances of this country, right? We spoke about it recently, how, the Department of Doge is trying to find all of the money that's been siphoned out of the country. Right? 1 second. Right? How the money's being siphoned out of the country. So looking at your bills and your paycheck, that could drive you mad. But there's a peace and there's a appreciation that we should all have when it comes to understanding Christ. Right? Let me read this. I wasn't gonna read this first, but I'm gonna read this right now, since I already went here. Read this with you guys. Just a time to appreciate Christ, bro. Let me hear. All right, Matthew 6. So like right here, Matthew 6:25, it says, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life." Now that's like somebody hearing that doesn't have any faith. Somebody hearing that when they've built their life around finances and working a job and trying to keep up with this society, they're gonna look at that scripture and say, we talking about take no thought for my life. So how am I gonna live? Scripture says, or Christ said, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment?" So that's what Christ was asking. Isn't your life more than food and drink and clothing? But the way this society has, and they did a great job. They did a great job with how they sucked us into this lifestyle. Right? They've done a great job. Showed us how to create debt. We put ourselves in debt. Now we got to work to get out of debt. And that becomes the main thought of our mind. Can you imagine not being able to rest because all you thinking about is debt? All you thinking about is bills. How you gonna come out of this? And you know what that makes you do, brothers? Is that makes you chase money even more. Makes you chase it. And and sometimes I have to catch myself, and I see I'm like, yo, I gotta slow it down. Because like we gotta get to the point, and eventually we're all gonna get to the point where it's just like, yo, I throw my hands up. What you want me to do? Like I say this to my wife all the time when it comes to tax season. Let them take it. Like I don't got anything. It's their money. Christ said it best. Like, yo, whose face is it on the money? It's Caesar's face on it. It ain't my face. My face ain't on the dollar bill. So I'm not gonna cry over things that they taken. Like, take it. I don't have no power to not give it to you. It's y'all kingdom. He said what? Behold, the fowls of the air. He said, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not. He talking about mere birds. They don't work. He says, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So understanding that gives us some assurity that no matter what, no matter what happens on this side of the earth, what they're doing, how they overtaxing us and underpaying us, how the cost to even buy a carton of eggs is like $15 a carton. That's insane. Reading that scripture should give us some assurity, like, yo, Christ said he's gonna make sure he take care of us. And believe it or not, brothers and sisters, we're all still taken care of. And as much debt as a lot of us are in, a lot of us still found our way to get to Passover. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking to. All right. I really hope y'all didn't do that. Like, hope y'all settled y'all affairs before y'all went out there. But we find a way. We push through. We push through. And that's one of the promises that Christ said right here. And these are red letters. Right? He says, which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? None of us could say to himself, yo, grow right now. The Most High, he takes care of that. We don't even have control on how we grow. Think about that. So it gotta come to a point in a time where we be like, you know, I surrender. Like, yo, I can't. What else can I do? I'm just gonna live, man. I can't try to keep up with these people because they didn't create this system for me to live like them. I'm just here, and whatever my Father see fit, you know, that's where I'm gonna be. That's where I'm gonna go. And I believe that with a lot of us, we're gonna have to start to submitting to that understanding. A lot of us gonna have to start submitting to the understanding, like, yo, I have no power to do anything. I'm just gonna do my best to serve the Most High. Not to tell you to be negligent and be like, you know what? I ain't paying no bills no more. I'm just not. Nah, still pay your bills, still live, you know what I'm saying? Still try to do, but it's going to be a point in time where it's like, yo, you're not going to be able to do anything. Because why? The way, and like I said in the beginning of this, the way things used to be, it's never coming back. We never going to see what we used to see from back then. I seen a post on Instagram where somebody showed an old refrigerator, I guess a refrigerator in the early 90s. Somebody took a picture of a refrigerator stocked with food. And the caption said, this is what $57 looked like in groceries in the early 90s. And I'm talking about that fridge was stacked. Right now, brothers and sisters, you be happy if you leave the grocery stores and you have 2 or 3 items in your cart. Sometimes I'll be looking at my cart. I'm like, yo, what did I just spend? I'm looking at $300, $250, $300 worth of groceries. And I'm looking at it's like probably like less than 50 items in the cart. I'm like, yo, what? How are we even alive? How are we even doing this? That's why, I came to this scripture. Which one of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? None of us can. We cannot control what these nut jobs is doing with the money, with the finances of this corporation that we live in. We're what's called the casualties to their war. Nobody cares about us, but guess who cares about us? The Most High in Christ. This is why I said we got to take a moment to really appreciate what we really got here. And why take ye thought for raiment? And that's this been here all these years. And Christ said, why take ye thought for raiment? You know how many people will rather be broke and not feed their kids just to go and buy a $200 or $300 belt? I need to think about that. And this is why Christ said this right here. Why do you take thought for raiment? There's people out there who's going broke just to put another man's name on his back. Think about that. You're going broke to be able to say, yeah, I have this person's name on my skin. And Christ just said, why take ye thought for raiment? He said, consider the lilies of the field, a flower, a plant. How they grow, they toil not. Neither do they spin. They don't spin clothing. They don't have a machine, a sewing machine to put clothing on. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. You see that? He says, wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast unto the oven, shall he not much more clothe you? O ye of little faith, little faith. And I always mention this when talking about faith. We had faith all wrong growing up in the Christian church. Talking about faith of a mustard seed. Y'all got to understand what that even means. If your faith is going to start out small like a mustard seed, but when you plant a mustard seed, what happens to that plant? It becomes the biggest tree in the garden. So have faith like a mustard seed. Yeah, it's going to start small, but it eventually must be big. It must grow big. This is why he always used to rebuke them and say, "O ye of little faith." You can't have little faith to serve the Most High. You got to have big faith. This is why big faith is actually believing in this, what we're reading right now. Understanding what the Most High is going to do, right, for us moving forward. Look, I'm going to jump down to this. All right, matter of fact, I'll just keep reading. He says, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? Why? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. The Gentiles seek after this because this is what they live for. This is their kingdom. This is why they all migrate over here for a better life. And that better life consists of material stuff, material gain. That's what that better life, that's what they came here for. And like Christ said, for all these things do the Gentiles seek. And I'm not by no means saying not to have a good life, not to want to do better. I mean, there's no point in staying stagnant. But where are you gonna go in a society that's fallen? They tell us every day that this society is falling, is crumbling. And I always say this: they're putting a Band-Aid on something that needs to be sewed up. right? They put a band-aid on these things. It says, for all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. So the Most High know that we have what we have need for. And praise the Most High that he provides these things every single day. Right? But like I said, there still comes the thought in our minds of how, of the progression of this kingdom, or how we see our fate. We sometimes we tend to mate our well-being with the state of this country. And that's the game that they fed us. They made us play the game. And best believe it, we are playing the game. We wake up, we go, and we work in their system. Right? We take part in their currency. That, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, they got us to join them in that battle. But Christ said, don't worry about these things. These are the things that the Gentiles seek. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you got to handle right now, rather than thinking 20, 30, 40 years down the line. This thing that we got to handle right now as people, as individuals, as followers of Christ. Right? This thing that we got to handle right now. I'm gonna come back to these scriptures. Right? No, not this.
It's historical.
Right here. Right? Play this video. Right? There's some things that we gotta worry about right now. And look at this. I'm gonna play this video. I don't want to play too much videos. I just want to get to the meat of this. But it says here, right? Homeowners grapple with the skyrocketing cost of home ownership. This is what's happening right now.
Home is Meg Thoman's American dream.
We bought the house in April of 2012. The decking on top.
But skyrocketing costs have also made it a financial nightmare.
How does it make you feel when you see bills like this?
It feels like I can't run on the hamster wheel fast enough.
One big expense, your mortgage. Rates are at the highest they've been in years. But owning a home includes other expenses too, and those bills are getting bigger. Insurance is Meg's new pain point. And nationwide, insurance premiums have soared more than 30% in 4 years because of big storm payouts and inflation. Meg's shopping around now after her insurer dropped her $3,000.
Am I good now? Am I good now? I'm seeing no volume, no sound. Am I good now? Okay. All right. I apologize. All right. This is what I said. It's all one big scheme. This whole system, the way it's been set up, is a scheme. Especially when it comes to insurance. You could not be doing nothing. You could barely drive your car, but then your insurance rate will go up. And then when you call your insurance company like to find out why your rates went up, oh yeah, the rates went up in your area. But that's how they mask it, to be able to get everybody to suffer. Yeah, the accidents is up in your area. But you're like, hold up now, what that got to do with me? I didn't call y'all and file no claim. Was what I got to do with me? Yeah, but scheme. But, and I'm going to show y'all why one affects the other. Why insurance goes up. Why the price of food goes up. Why the cost of gas and why everything goes up. Why? You got to understand it starts with greed. But it's deeper than greed also. Is the fact that the oil has dried up in this place. And this is why, that's the reason why I read what I read earlier, what happened in 1971. How your money is not even worth anything. Money is not even worth nothing. That's why the debt is so high. They're just printing money, and I know you're consuming my goods. In order for me to stay above float, I gotta raise my prices, and it's a trickle down effect. And there's somebody on the top getting rich.
$1,000 a year policy.
This was the best one at $9,500
Which is triple
a
what
year.
you used to pay.
Exactly, more than triple.
Another major expense, property taxes, up 4% in a year to more than $4,000 on average. And the biggest money drain, maintenance and repairs, an average of more than $6,500 a year. Right now, Meg's getting her roof repaired.
And Meg, once you fix the roof, this is the next project.
We need to replace the entire front porch. I wish we had been able to do it back then because the costs have really skyrocketed.
You see, think the Most High. I like to work with my hands. I like to use my own hands. And my model is, I don't like to pay people for stuff that I know I could do myself. That's just me. Like if I see a problem and I know I could fix it, I'm gonna fix it. I ain't gonna call somebody to screw in a light bulb. Huh?
Skyrocketed since.
Her contractor, Jim LaPointe, says his business is booming, even though he's charging more because costs have never been higher.
You see? It's like, I didn't even watch this whole video, but I already knew that's what this is about. He said even though his business is booming because he raised his prices, he had to raise his prices because he's getting affected. He's getting squeezed. This whole nation is getting squeezed because there's nothing left here. There's nothing tangible here. The wealth don't mean nothing here.
These were $77 a box, whereas they were probably 30% less back, maybe a few years ago.
But in general,
and the reason why he's paying more for it because the U.S. don't make those nails here. Those nails get shipped from another country. Tax on the imports, tariffs, right?
price inflation in a typical year would be 5 to 7%, and now it's double that.
About that.
All of those rising costs are flipping the owning versus renting equation for many, with Bankrate finding it's now cheaper in all major cities to rent versus buy.
We have some.
Look at that. We live in a time where people can't even afford to buy homes for their families. Okay? They can't even afford to put their families in a home. Where in the early, and like I said, like I said, back in the days, people were buying homes for like 30 grand. And it's funny because, matter of fact, I'm gonna try to see if I can play because it was so funny. How people in the early 1970s, how much they bought their homes for, and how much they're selling it to us now. It's crazy, and they kept it the same way. They didn't do no repairs. They didn't fix it. But yet they charging all of this money for a house that you paid nothing for. It's crazy how the society works.
Repairs in the soffits that need to happen.
But Meg still loves her home.
I'm so thankful that we have one because I have a lot of friends and coworkers who are really struggling to get into the market.
Christine Romans, NBC News.
And you see, when I look at stuff like this, right? When I look at stuff like that, I always say to myself, How can that get fixed? What's the solution? What's the solution to fixing that? There is none. What we're witnessing, brothers and sisters, is a balloon. Like you ever had a little kid, or when you was a little kid, you blowing a balloon, you blowing it, and you trying to see how big you could blow the balloon. What eventually happens to that balloon? Pop! It explodes. It pops. This is exactly what we're seeing right now. They done blown the balloon so big that there's no more for the balloon to grow. The balloon is popping. And so when I see stuff like that, I'm like, yo, I don't see this place getting better. And this is what lets me know that how close we are to what we've been reading in scriptures. How close we are to seeing not Revelations are you have Revelations 2, Revelation 13 come to pass, seeing 2nd Esdras 15 and 16 come to pass. Seeing those things come to pass, how close we are to that. Because I believe people are going to get to the point where they be like, yo, I'm just not going to, I can't do it anymore. And I could see the setup for people in society to just give up on just working a job and looking at the next quick person that they could come up off of. I'm seeing it happen. Because people are not going to be able to keep up with this inflation. There's no way we're going to be able to keep up with it. Because why? They're not even raising our they're not raising our hourly wages. Everything is going up except for how much we get paid. So how are we supposed to keep up with society? How are we supposed to keep up with that? And it's only leading to one thing. Like how I'm seeing it, like eventually people are not going to be able to live. And we're really going to start seeing people start acting crazy. Because think about it. The people who's been so used to a certain lifestyle and now they can't afford it no more. What do you think that's going to do to these people? Some people is going to try to obtain that lifestyle by any means, even if they got to take it from you. Even if they got to take it from you. Matter of fact, before I even play the next video, let me read this scripture. I love this one right here. The housing market is crazy, right? Look at the housing market. Look at this though. And this is why I say we gotta take a minute to appreciate Christ. Look at this. John 14:1. Listen clearly. And we just seen we're living in that time where people cannot afford to buy homes. But look what Christ said. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believed in the Most High, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. So it's like Christ already knew we would be struggling in this time for home ownership. It will be almost impossible to live in the near future. And like I said, we're slowly, like every generation, it just gets worse. We will never go back to what it was in the 90s. We will never go back to that. We will never go back to what it was in the early 80s. It will never come back. Seeing a story like this, how can we fix that? It doesn't seem possible. So they're just going to randomly just like, okay, we understand that everything is really high, so we're going to bring everything right back down. The thing is, brothers and sisters, they can't. They can't afford to bring things back down. They can't. And not only that, all of their former allies, or all of the places where they buy goods from, has increased the tax for them to import goods into for us. So this place is done. But this is why Christ said, let not your hearts be troubled. Let not your heart be troubled. Because why? In my Father's house are many mansions. Excuse me. If it were not so, I would not have told you. So there's not a lie. I go to prepare a place for you. And this is why we have to appreciate Christ, because look what he's doing in the background. Knowing that's what we need. That's one of the necessities to live. Shelter. But he's not coming back with these measly old homes that we're paying for. He's coming back with it's a mansion. And he said, we got many of them. Right? He said, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And this is what Christ is doing in the background for us. This is why we got to take the time to appreciate it, because look at the time that we're living in. And this is why I said I don't know how some of us is even surviving, how we're making it. But Christ is ensuring our safety. He's ensuring our future. Look, he says, and whether I go, ye may, and whether I go, ye know, and the way ye also know. So he's telling us this is the way. I got y'all. This is the way. Right? Because living in this side of the earth is like, yo, what they doing is crazy. They've created so much debt that we got to fill that. We're suffering because of their debt, something that they've created. Hold on, let me play this video next. I got to play this next. I'm just trying to run through these videos. I'm just trying to run through it.
Economy, number one issue for everyone at home, and this decision yesterday by the Federal Reserve has huge impact.
It has a huge impact, and when voters talk about the economy, what they're really talking about is inflation and prices, and I heard this throughout the election, and it's costing that inflation, the average American family, $1,000 more a month on the same goods and services as they were spending.
You see that? It's costing us $1,000. An average household is costing us $1,000 more extra a month to have the same things that we had years ago. How are we supposed to live with that? How are we supposed to fix that? Like I said, a small little circle Band-Aid on a wound that needs to be stitched, brothers and sisters.
3 years ago, the Fed now says a good part of the inflation we are currently experiencing today comes from tariffs. The Nonpartisan Tax Foundation analysis shows that tariffs would cost households an average of about $1,000, $72 more, making everything from your groceries, your fresh fruits, your vegetables, your electronics and toys more expensive. But it's important to note the Fed doesn't expect tariffs to have a long-lasting inflation impact. The Fed chair also noted that a recession is unlikely. He expects 2 more interest rate cuts this year. That would mean lower costs for things like your mortgage, your credit cards, and your auto loans, any new auto loans later this year.
But he emphasized there's a lot of uncertainty.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. They're saying that they're going to lower the interest rates. Why is the interest rates even high? And like I said, the only reason why the interest rates are high is because there's not enough supply for the demand. A lot of people are shopping now. A lot of people are buying. A lot of people have become consumers. And this world has created, or America has created, a society of consumers. You don't want to know how? Let me tell you, I'm going to show you like this. Years ago, if you wanted to buy something, you had to physically leave your home and go shopping. Jeff Bezos came out of nowhere and be like, you know what? Nah, I got a great idea. Why don't we offer the same things that the stores are offering. We'll sell it for a cheaper, we'll offer it for a cheaper price, and we'll deliver it to them. We'll call it Amazon. So what happened from there? Amazon outbids all of the competitors, brings those companies out of business. And once those companies went out of business, what did Amazon do? Put the prices right back up to what they used to pay for it. And even more now. And, they was trying to sue him saying that he monopolized Amazon, but that's another topic, right? So Amazon created a whole bunch of consumers to the point where they had to create jobs to keep people consuming. Matter of fact, we used to walk I remember growing up, we used to walk everywhere. We couldn't catch the bus. We was walking. Some genius from overseas was like, yeah, it's getting hard for you guys to catch a cab in New York. Okay. Can't catch a cab? Don't worry. I'll create an app where you don't even have to leave your house. I'll send the car right to your door. Door-to-door service. Uber. Now, nobody thinks of walking no more. Not only that, they even went a step further. Oh, y'all hungry. Y'all like to eat. Listen, we'll send the food right to your house. You don't even have to leave your home. Uber Eats, DoorDash, all of these apps. This nation has created a bunch of consumers. So if you created an environment for people to consume, but you created it as far as saying, oh yeah, it's convenience. Your convenience has caused the price of everything to go up because everybody is consuming now. Everybody is shopping now. People used to have to think twice before they left the house to spend money. Now I could just be on my phone and click, send, buy. It'll be delivered in the morning. So now you have all of these people consuming. So what do you think is going to happen to the prices of everything else? Everything's going to, we can't ship these things into the US fast enough. So we're getting taxed just to bring it every time we get a shipping crate. So we got to raise the prices for these things, man. Hopefully that would stop, quote unquote, that in theory, hopefully if we raise the prices, maybe that would slow people from consuming. Nah, you've created a monster. People are still spending. Matter of fact, let's help them spend. Let's give them a stimulus to help boost the economy. What that did, people got that stimulus check and put it right back into the system. Still raised up the cost of living. That's how it's working. That's what's happening. So I don't see no fixing it. But the only fixing that I can see is a reset. That's the only way I can see how this thing could fix. Same way how they did it during the Great Depression. They reset the financial system. The Great Depression, the stock market crash, everything went down. And build it back up again. But for this go around, ain't gonna be like what we thought it was back in the early 20s and 30s. It might never come back to what we think. And honestly, brothers and sisters, it has to go that way to implement the new system, the new phase of the system. Too many people are still walking around with money, paper fiat money. Too many people have bank accounts. People are transferring money through peer-to-peer apps like Zelle and Cash App and all of these other forms of payments. There's no control in that. The only way to control all that, how I can control whether you can buy or spend, I got to create a digital form of currency that I can be able to track everybody and see what's happening. Digital money. So that's all coming. I believe what the time that we're living in right now, what we're seeing the beginning or the setup for what's to come. So they have to crash everything. They have to make everything unattainable to build it to how they want it to be built. This is what we're experiencing right now, where the prices of things of the average way to the cost of living is almost out of reach for average American family homes. Think about that. Why? Why is it like that? Right? They talking about inflation. Let's see what he had to say. So now on the screen, y'all, some of y'all might know who this is. And I know a lot of you might not know who this is. This is Jerome Powell. He's the chairman of the Federal Reserve. What's the Federal Reserve? The Federal Reserve is what provides the United States with its money. They control the interest rates. They control if the interest rates go up or if it goes down. They control that because why? They control the money. The United States don't even control the money. So now, you know, a little insight with Donald Trump trying to make what? Trying to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. Because the dollar now doesn't hold weight as much as it used to. People are finding other means or other ways to obtain finances. This is the reason why he came out in the news probably like 2-3 weeks ago and was saying that certain cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and all of the other some other American-based ones will be part of what's called the America's crypto reserve. So they'll have a reserve of these assets in place of the dollar. So the dollar is not going to be the American reserve currency. It's going to be digital assets. So it's all a setup for what's to come. That's why that's why I pay attention to all of this stuff, because I need to see what's going on. Right? So now he was talking. So he held a press conference and they asked him a direct question.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. I wanted to ask, first of all, if you could clarify, you were talking about how tariffs were a good part of the uptick in the inflation forecast, and I was just wondering what that specifically refers to. Is that the tariffs that have already been put in place? Is that anticipating some of the tariffs that might be coming on April 2nd? And then also, if you wouldn't mind, talking a little more about the balance sheet decision and what drove that. Did that have anything to do with expectations of how the debt ceiling, raising the debt ceiling, might affect the reserve supply?
Yeah. So in the SEP, you'll see that there's not further progress on core inflation this year. We're kind of flatlining, going sideways. We don't ask people to write down how much of this is from tariffs and how much of it is not. But some of it is from tariffs. We know that tariffs are coming in. We know that they're probably already, all forecasters have tariff inflation affecting core PCE inflation, core CPI inflation this year, without exception. I'm not aware of an exception. So it's in there. I can't tell you how much of that it is. In terms of the balance sheet, so yeah, I think, I guess the way I'd say it is, it was the flows in and out of the TGA that got us thinking about it. But as we thought about it, we really came to the view that this was a good time to make the move that we made. And broadly, committee that came around to the view that we would do the same thing we'd already done, which is I guess in June, was it June, whenever it was, we lowered the pace of QT, and we're just going to do that again. We're going to cut it roughly in half. And the sense of that is, if you're cutting the pace of QT roughly in half, then the runway is probably doubled. Okay, so
they're talking about cutting rates like they did last June. But from what they did last June, we still feeling the effects of it. But he's saying that he don't want to sit and say it's only the tariffs that's causing the price of inflation. It's not just the tariffs. It's other things that factors into why everything is up right now. And they claim that they're gonna lower the rates, but my question from the beginning of the stream was, how much lower can they lower it? Or will it ever even go back to what it used to be? And the question and the answer is, it'll never go back to what it is. So what they're going to do is just find a medium. They raise it high, but then it'll come down just a little bit, and that will be the norm until they raise it again. Just keep raising it and raising it and raising it and raising it and raising it. That's what they're doing, right? I don't want to play this. Matter of fact, I'll play this real quick too.
And comes before tariffs are factored in. The cost of basic goods in Canada was 2.6% more expensive in February compared to the same period last year. A spike that apprentice roofer Charles Glandon feels in his pocketbook.
I have 4 small children, and it's hard.
And it's going to get harder.
And this is in Canada. So it's not just here that we're feeling it. Canadians is feeling it too. Because mind you, remember when we read in 2nd Baruch, the 25th chapter, the Most High said what's going to happen on this side of the earth is going to happen on everywhere. So no place is going to be safe. No place is going to be safe from what is coming on the earth. Right? So they feeling it too.
February's inflation rate didn't factor in the trade war with the U.S. and the weakened Canadian dollar.
We are now facing a new crisis.
The impact will be across the board, from autos to agriculture, and not just from the United States. On Thursday, China will impose 100% tariffs on canola to retaliate for Canada's previous decision to put 100% duties on Chinese electric vehicles. Then on April 2nd, the Trump administration is expected to announce global reciprocal tariffs.
We will forge ahead, with or without the United States. We have a big task in front of us.
The federal government is trying to increase trade with other countries and between provinces, but that's a strategy that could take years, while these apprentices are already seeing some work dry up.
Some of our insulation and pro board and all that has been a back order, so it slows down jobs.
$6 billion in tariff relief has been announced for businesses, including a work-sharing program to avoid layoffs. But union leaders say more employment support is needed.
We need changes to EI to make it easier to collect. We need to make sure that EI is, once you're eligible, you can collect it longer. We need to make sure that separation monies aren't considered earnings that delay the
So even them in Canada, they feeling it. Right? And come April 2nd, we're going to see how the economy is going to look. But it's nothing that we can't endure, because guess who we got on our side? We got Christ. And we got to appreciate what the Most High in Christ is doing in the back end. I seen a comment right here. I want to read it. Yakira says, we didn't do it. Why are we suffering? We had no part in it. Let me read this. You're right. We were all born into this. But we were born during this particular time. So it ain't too much we could do. The only thing we could do is put our faith and our trust completely in the Most High, because like I've been saying, I don't see it getting better from what they showing us. How? Right? I don't see it. But let me read. I want to read this. I want to read this scripture. And this scripture right here, this act makes us understand. Right? In Sirach 40. Right? Sirach 40 verse 1. It says, great travail is created for every man. Just listen to this. Right? Great travail is created for every man. And an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. So it's not just the children of Israel, it's everybody. Like years ago, we used to be the button of all the plight on the earth. Right? Woe is me used to be us. But now we're noticing it's not just us. A lot of us is doing better than some of them. Believe it or not. And I never used to see homeless white people. when I was growing up. Now I'm seeing them by the boatload. So it's not just affecting us anymore. Okay? Everybody is crying. Stuff that never used to affect the other races is affecting them. It's not just us anymore. We ain't the only ones that's poor no more. Okay? So the scripture says, great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. From the day that they go out of their mother's womb. So I need y'all to understand this. This is what we were born into. This is exactly what we was born into. From the day that they go out of their mother's womb till the day that they return to the mother of all things, which is Mother Earth. From the day you come out of your mother and to the day you go back into the earth. That's something that we all have to understand. This is the life. This is life. Right? We are subject to this life until we get to the kingdom, until we get to the other side. Right? It says their imagination of the, let me highlight it. Verse 2. Their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. Right? This is what everybody goes through. Thinking about tomorrow and thinking about the bills, thinking about going to work, and you see, it says it troubles their thoughts and causes fear of heart. This is why I read earlier when Christ said, don't let your heart not be troubled, man. Don't even focus on these things, because it's going to come to pass. These things is designed to come on men. But understand that the Most High, He got you. And this is the state of mind that we got to be in. Not to pout and to be sorrowful and just be like, oh my goodness. And act hopeless. Nah. We got to keep on kicking. We got to keep on going, keep on moving. Right? It says, from him that sitteth on a throne of glory unto him that is humble in earth and ashes. So it's saying from the king to the poor. We all got to go through this. It says, from him that weareth purple and a crown, and unto him that is clothed with a linen frock. Wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep, do change his knowledge. We all going, verse 5 is what we all going through. Verse 5 is what we all experiencing. If you work a 9 to 5 and you got bills to pay and you're an adult, that's adulting. That's you live in verse 5. But the difference is we know how to mask it with the joy that comes with understanding Christ. This is why when we were all at the Passover, we all was happy. It's like, and that's why I said in the beginning, thank the Most High for these feast days and these holy convocations and these gatherings, because these are moments in time where we could just forget about these bills. We could forget about what's happening in this world and just focus on the Most High. Just for that space of time. Right? Praise the Most High for that. Because verse 5 comes right back, right after you get back on that plane or that bus and you come back to reality, verse 5 is waiting for you. All right? It says this, verse 6. A little or nothing is his rest. And afterward, he is in his sleep as in a day of keeping watch. It's like you barely, so basically your sleep turns into like, you basically get like 30 minutes here, an hour here. Because you can't sleep, because you always got to do something, or you just up because you can't sleep. There's always something to do. Right? Trouble in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of battle. When all is safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. So yesterday's problems is not today's problems. Because you went to bed and you woke up like, I made it past that issue. I made it past that. I'm here now. That's what the scripture says. You wake up the next day like, yo, what was I afraid of? Excuse me. You just keep going on. Go on with life. Because what are you going to do? Cry over spilled milk? Like we hearing what they telling us on the news about inflation and taxes. What are we supposed to do with that? Like, how are we supposed to combat that? There's nothing we could do. So what we do? We just keep living, keep going. Verse 7. When all is safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. Such things happen unto all flesh. Nobody is exempt from this. Right? Both man and beast. And that is sevenfold upon more upon sinners. Look at that. This is why I'm saying we gotta appreciate Christ. Because we're all going through this, but sinners go through it sevenfold. Now I could see why they be losing their minds and taking themselves out when the stock market crash. They go they go into mischievous acts and try to make money illegally and get caught up. See, scriptures tell us that. We all going through, we all suffering. Like the thing is, we all suffering, but you looking to rob me for what I have. Like I'm in the same plight as you. I don't got more than you. I may have a little bit more than you, but it's nothing compared to what the elites got. And the elites is looking at what they got like it's nothing. So nobody is satisfied. This is why I say we got to thank the Most High we got Christ. Because we're all going through it, but sinners go through it sevenfold. I'm going to read it again. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast. And that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Can't make this stuff up. It's right here. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. It says, these things are created for what? For the wicked. And for their sakes came the flood. It's just unfortunate that we were born into this. The death, bloodshed, strife, sword, calamity, these things are for the sinners. Right? That was created for them. But if you start living as a sinner, these things fall upon you too. It says, all things that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again. So we all came from the earth. One day we all gonna go back there. What are you gonna do? Cry when you in the grave? I forgot to pay my taxes. Nah, you ain't gonna be worrying about your taxes when you get on that side. All things that are on the earth shall turn to the earth again, and that which is of the waters doth return into the sea. Right? I could drop that. So, brothers and sisters, we got to understand. We got to appreciate Christ. Because, yes, this is what all mankind got to go through. But and another thing we have to understand is as we get closer towards the end, these are just what Christ actually called the birth pains. When a woman is going into labor, right? Her contractions will start slowly and slowly. And as she get closer to giving birth, the contractions come a minute apart. And they're coming back to back to back. But contractions aren't peaceful. It's not a happy feeling. It's pain. So Christ compares the time that we're living as we getting closer to the end, is going to be like birth pains. So the closer we get to the end or to deliverance, the tougher the pains, the birth pains are going to be. But this is what we got to keep in mind. We got to understand that it's going to be tougher. Life is going to get harder. Life will never go back to the ease of things how it were before. It's not supposed to. A baby is being delivered. Israel's about to be saved. So when Israel's about to be saved, this is what the world have to go through to bring forth the salvation. That's what you got to keep in mind. We got to keep that in mind. And this is why I said we gotta appreciate these feast days. Appreciate the Sabbaths, how we could come together so frequently and gather and fellowship. Right? We need that. We need fellowship. We need to gather. These gatherings, so to speak, takes our mind off of the troubles that comes with all mankind, that we're all born with. We're all in troubles. But depending on where your faith lies is how you deal with them. All it depends on your faith, what you believe. Right? This is what we got to understand. This is what we have to understand. Look, but it gets better. Like I said, what we're seeing is, or what we're experiencing is the birth pains before deliverance. And before the baby comes, the closer the baby comes to being delivered, the stronger the contraction, the stronger the pains. The Most High did warn us. It's not, and the thing is, it's not like the Most High didn't tell us. When we read the scriptures, we see that this is, he said exactly this. The Most High said exactly this. We're just living through it now. But look at this. It gets better. It gets better, brothers and sisters. I promise y'all. Look. And what we're seeing happening, especially on this side of the earth, is like, man, like you see them talk about taxes, inflation, and the prices of everything. The interest rates is up. A carton of eggs is $15, and stuff that we used to pay $50 for, we're paying $100 for. Right? We seen these things like, yo, how are we supposed to fix? How are we supposed to live through this? And the thing is, this has to happen. And like I gave you guys earlier, the analogy of the balloon. You blow a balloon too big, it bursts. We're experiencing the final stretches before the balloon bursts, because even they know there's no repairing what's happening here in the U.S. You can't repair it. How can you repair this? The only thing you can do is just continue to suck this place dry as much as you can before it destroys itself. But it's happening this way because the Most High need it to be this way. Why? Jeremiah 30:8 says, "For it shall come to pass that in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that what? That I will break his yoke from off thy neck." Whose yoke? This government. Right? This system. They got us all in a yoke. We're all in servitude. But the Most High has to break this place in order to what? Free us. Because leave it up to us, a lot of us will stay under that yoke. Leave it to us, a lot of us will stay under the yoke because we like it here. It's comfortable. We don't know nothing else. Where are you going to go? Tell me, where we going to go? You'll be having some people in the comments talking about something. Yeah, the Most High said flee Babylon, and go where? You didn't make it here in the U.S. You think you're going to go to Africa and make it? Does that make it make sense for me? You got to make it make sense. You was poor here. Yeah, I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go over there someplace I've never been before and I'm going to be rich. How? Make it make sense. It don't make sense. You don't think the Most High knows that we need to be free from this place? He sent us here. So it's only right that he's going to remove us from here. That's the mindset. But it's not going to be done individually. When the Most High freed the children of Israel out of Israel, he didn't do it one by one. They left as a nation. That's how the Most High do things. But look, Jeremiah 30, and he tells you here, right? Look, he tells you right here. Jeremiah 30 and 8. He says, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. So the Most High is going to break them, not me. He says, and I will burst thy bonds. So he's going to break the servitude when he's ready to do it. And we're seeing the setup for him breaking the bonds. And the only way he could do that, he has to destroy their infrastructure, their economy, to bring that forth. Y'all have to understand that. Without no money, there is no country. There is no power. He says, and I will burst thy bonds. And strangers, see that? And strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Who's him? Jacob. Who's Jacob? Us. Verse 9. But they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king. And that's Christ we're talking about. Whom I will raise up unto them. See? Christ, the son of David. That's what that means. And this is why I said we got to appreciate these feast days, because that gives us a moment of opportunity to be like, you know what? Thank God for these feasts. You don't got to think about your bills. You don't got to think about going back to work. You don't got to think about none of that stuff. You just there worshiping the Most High. That's what we desire. This is what he's going to bring. Verse 10. He said, therefore fear not, O my servant Jacob. See? Saith the Most High. Neither be dismayed. Don't be confused. Even though you see everything is going crazy, don't be confused. Don't be like, yo, don't worry yourself. He said, O Israel, for lo. See? I want y'all to listen to this part clearly. He said, for lo, I will save, and I'm sorry I have to read it like this, but I have to. For I will save thee from close? No. Afar. I will what? I will save thee from afar. Matter of fact, let's go deeper. Let's get the Strongs for afar. Let's do some teaching here. For I will save thee from afar. There's two Hebrew words there. Hold on. Right? We got here, it says out of in many sense, above. No, that's not it. This one. What? The Hebrew word Rawchaa. It says remote. Literally or figuratively, of place or time. Right? Where it says far. Abroad off. Long ago. Old space. Great while to come. So aren't we a great while away from Israel? Aren't we a great space away from Jerusalem? Are we in the land? This is why the Most High said, be not dismayed, for lo, I will save thee from afar. And what? Thy seed from the what? Land of their captivity. Where's the land of our captivity? So the Most High is going to save us from these places. Not you yourself. It says, and Jacob shall return. How Jacob gonna return if we already there? Just make it make sense. That means we're not supposed to be in that land. We supposed to wait till he bring us in the land. That's scripture. He says, for Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So brothers and sisters, what we're seeing right now, we're seeing the beginning of the Most High breaking this economy down to free us. This is why I say, yo, this has got to be a moment to appreciate what Christ is doing in the background. Okay? I'm so sorry, but I don't like when I be seeing those comments on when I be seeing those type of comments. The Most High said flee though. Okay. All right, you got it. Where we going? You tell me where we going. And when you tell me where we going, what we gonna do for work, where we gonna live, what we gonna eat, tell me. You figured it out. So tell me, where we going? People gotta make it make sense. But that's people, those are the people who don't have no faith. Oh, ye of little faith. I'm gonna wait until the Most High say, all right, it's time. And it even tell you in the scriptures the same way how we left Egypt, the Most High is gonna do it greater. And when you go back and examine how we left Egypt, we didn't leave one by one. We left as a nation. But the Most High said the way we gonna be freed this next time, we ain't even gonna talk about what happened in Egypt. So how is that gonna happen if we already in the land of Israel already? But listen, people be wanting to work ahead of the Most High and get themselves jammed up. We can't be like that. We gotta appreciate the teachings of Christ. In your what he told us in the book of Revelation, he says, in your patience, what? Possess ye your souls. You have to know how to possess yourself. Have control of yourself. Don't get frantic and just make a move because you're afraid. We're all that's part of that verse 5 we read in Sirach 40. We all go through the fear. We all go through all of that stuff. But what separates us from sinners? The fact that we understand and we trust Christ. We trust the Most High to get us out of it. Right? We got to understand that. Right? So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to set up the Zoom. I'll set it up real quick. I would definitely like to talk to y'all. But in the meantime, let me play this video from our sponsors, brothers and sisters. All right? But I'm going to set up the Zoom. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And I just want to talk to y'all a little bit. Right? See where y'all minds is at. Especially that we in the feast of unleavened bread. How you feeling? What you thinking? Right? We're going to talk about it.
Are you tired of reading the Bible and not really understanding what it means? Yo, you're reading the book upside down? I need a teacher. I got the perfect solution for you. The Hebrew and Bible Academy got you all covered. There, you'll learn the original Hebrew language with Elder Lawya, groundbreaking news from around the world with Elder Shaphat, and all new up-to-date lessons, including ancient history with Elder Rawchaa. Visit us at historytimes.org and enroll there. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.
Yes, yes, yes. So yes, brothers and sisters, the Hebrew and Bible Academy has already begun. No, I'm playing right here. This is what I want. Here it goes. The Hebrew and Bible Academy has already begun. Right? Please feel free to enroll. As you can see, I'm in the church's main page, but we have a tab here that's titled The Academy. You just go to the tab and the link will take you right to historytimes.org. Historytimes.org, where you could go ahead and here and click enroll into the Hebrew and Bible Academy. Brothers and sisters, you don't want to miss out on this academy. And even though it started February 16th, you'll get all the lessons that you've missed, and you'll be right on track with the rest of us. So do yourself a favor, visit us at historytimes.org. A bunch of knowledge and information that comes out through these academies, brothers and sisters. And it's no joke. No one academy is the same. It's crazy how the Spirit of the Most High works, right? So every academy is different. You're always going to learn something. You're always going to learn something new, something that you probably thought you knew already, went over your head, but you enrolled in the academy, you learned it again. So here it goes. Historytimes.org, brothers and sisters. Don't forget the theme, the War of the Gods. We're going in. So visit us, historytimes.org, brothers and sisters, for the Hebrew and Bible Academy, brothers and sisters, right? All praises be to the Most High, right? I'm happy that I did that, right? So let me set up. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Maybe I'm just talking too much. Let me set up the Zoom real quick. I'm going to put the link in the chat, right? I'm going to put the link in the chat. And we definitely gonna talk about it, man. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for coming in. Continue to hit that like button. You know, this is the only way we could drive the traffic to this page, because they don't refer our page. Like, even when, it's crazy, because even when Elder is on, or any of the other elders, like Elder Rawchaa, if he's on or whatever the case is, sometimes I don't even get the notification. Or even if I just turn on YouTube, our channels are not the preferred channels, even though you're subscribed to it, and you hit the bell for notifications, right? Even what's going on here? Even if you do all of that, what's going on here? What's my Zoom? They deleted my Zoom. 1 second. So, brothers and sisters, you want to make sure that every time you come in, you hit the like button. And that's the thing. We're not asking y'all to hit the like button, right? We're not asking y'all to hit the like button for likes. We're not asking y'all to do that for likes. We're simply asking y'all to do that because the way machine learning is, and AI. 1 second. The way machine learning and AI is, you know, everything is built off of algorithms. And if a program sees that this is what you like, this is what you're interested in, it'll keep referring it, and it'll refer it to people that you know. That's how it is. Even in Instagram, like, you ever notice you're scrolling on Instagram and you're like, yo, why I keep seeing these videos? If you interact with a certain video for too long, okay, or you like a certain video, it's going to keep referring these videos to you. That's how AI works. It's a machine. It thinks it's programmed to suggest things that you like or that you're interacting with. So if you're interacting with this YouTube, I said all that to say this, if you're interacting with YouTube, it's going to suggest this all the time. So you have to make sure when you come in, you to hit the like button, so that way you can keep getting suggested this type of content. That's how it works, right? So, and once the algorithm sees that people are interacting with it, it noticed that, this must be a channel that people like. All right, so we're gonna send it out to more people, and that's how you beat the shadow ban. How to beat the shadow ban 101. Right? So now let me set up this Zoom. What is all of this? I haven't used this thing in so long. It is telling me all of this stuff. I'm gonna ask for all of this. All right, let me set up this Zoom. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, so that way I could see my brothers and sisters and fellowship with my brothers and sisters, right? And this week, and I know you guys are wondering how come I'm on right now at this time. Well, you know, I usually take my vacation. I usually go on vacation around this time. I don't even know what's going on. Give me 1 second, brothers and sisters. I usually take my vacation around this time. I always do. I always take my vacation on the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Copy invitation link. Yeah. All right. So I usually take my vacation around this time. But moving forward, I believe that I will be streaming later again. In the near future, I will be. So just stay tuned with the announcements or whatever the case is. I'm trying to go back to streaming later so that way more people could enjoy the streams and partake in fellowship and be able to be edified the same way how you guys are being edified. But nonetheless, even if you're not if you don't catch it live, you'll be able to catch it on the replay. So there it goes. Here's the Zoom link. Let me pin it to the chat so that way people coming in will be able to see it. I just pinned it to the chat. Come on in, right? I got the Zoom up real quick, right? Talk to my brothers and sisters real quick. And once again, I pray that you guys all had a blessed Passover, right? And clap it up for the Most High again for the beautiful Passover that was passed, right? The Passover. Now we're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, brothers and sisters. We get the time to just reflect and to remember that old leaven, right? So all right, so I got somebody in here right now. Name is Midnight Meditation. If I'm on in the background, you can mute me. That'll work.
Oh, I've got I didn't want to be.
You could just turn me down because I'm feeding back from your mic.
I hit it by accident, Elder.
Oh, you didn't want to come. You didn't want to come in.
No.
Oh. Oh, so you didn't want to come talk to me. That's what you're saying. Okay.
No, I love your show. I was very interested in engaging.
Oh, okay. All praises, all praises. No, it's okay. I'm just teasing.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you for the support. Shalom.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right. You can let yourself out. Right. Or I'll do it for you if you're not too sure how to do it. Right. Because I know a lot of people's not too tech savvy. All right. So I got somebody else here. I have a Ronald coming in. Got a Ronald coming in. All right. Shalom, shalom. You got to put your mic on. You got to turn your mic on for me, please. If you may. Turn your mic on if you can. Ronald. Going once, going twice. Going once, going twice. I got a Ronald in. And like I said, brothers and sisters, the link to the Zoom is on the chat. If you look on the chat, you'll see the link. Come on in if you want to talk. If you got a question, whatever it is, let me know. You're right. I was going to say sold too. Sold to Gigabyte Land. All right. So let me put Ronald back into the waiting room. So once again, brothers and sisters, hold on. There was something else I wanted to show y'all as well too, while I wait for people to come in. Wait, give me 1 second. Okay, I got Christopher coming in. Christopher is joining. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Hello? Is it me or is it people is just not? Because you're in, Chris. Hello? Shalom? All right, you know what? I'll just move on. You're in okay. I see your picture, but I don't hear your voice. You gotta turn your mic on.
Can you hear me, Deacon?
Now I hear you. Now
Okay,
I hear you.
Okay, I thought that was me. I'm sorry. I forget.
No, it was you. I was trying to figure out what was going on.
No, I'm trying to put it on. Okay.
No, it's all good.
I didn't press that. So yes, Deacon. Shalom.
How are you?
How you doing today?
What's going on? I'm all right, man. Long time no see, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ain't see you in a long time, man. Everything. Talk to me. What's going on with you?
Well, Deacon, what can I say? It was a blessing. Well, how can I say this? I did not go, to the Passover, but be it through online, I still enjoyed it. It was still like I was there.
Now, of course, like I wasn't there either, but we had the best seats in the house. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. We had the best seats. All right. So talk to me now, man. How do you appreciate Christ, man? What makes you appreciate Christ in this time of age we're living in?
Okay, what can I say? I appreciate Christ in the truth. Like I say, it's wonderful the elders. I will not be here today, right now. For example, I remember in 2020, if it's wonderful the elders, I will not be here. That's why I appreciate Christ. I'm still here today, right now. And I can praise the Most High, Christ, enjoy His feast, and I enjoy it.
Did you at least keep the feast with your family at home?
Yes, sir.
All praises, all praises, all praises.
And again, do you know what happened? Because I remember that the Bishop of Puerto Rico say, when we try to do something for Christ and the Most High, the enemy is going to do whatever it takes, so we get frustrated, or oh my goodness, all we do. No, none of that. For example, I think yes. One thing I remember, we forgot the wine. The wine, so can do the
communion.
Communion, yes.
Oh, so what happened? What y'all use? Juice? So at least you gotta use something.
Hear me out, Deacon. So what happened? He said, "Oh, Mom, where's that wine? The wine's not here. Did you not buy it? Okay." And another thing, my mom's car was have problems. Another problem. But I keep it cool. Keep it, okay, let's do our best. Let's pray all together. And tap, my mom have a wine in the chicken.
She had a bottle of wine in her stash. All praises. Mama went in the stash to get the wine. That was her secret stash of wine. I like that. All praise be to the Most High. You see, so that goes to show we never lack nothing. We never lack nothing. Listen, you may think that you don't got something. The Most High got it right there in the background. You didn't even have to leave the house. Look at that. Praise the Most High. Look at that. Let me clap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There was no goat meat or sheep meat for days.
Oh, that's your mom talking? That's Mama Love?
She'll tell you, Deacon. She'll tell you.
Yeah.
Hi, Deacon.
How you doing? Shalom, Mom.
Shalom, Deacon. It was very funny. We couldn't get sheep or goat meat anywhere.
Wow.
And suddenly, on the last moment, we found some in a grocery store after searching and searching.
See, praises. See, the Most High knew that you had to keep the Passover. Look. You see that? All praises be to the Most High. I'm happy that happened.
Amen.
You see, so this goes to show that we really don't have to worry about nothing. Like everything that we need, and especially when it comes to serving the Most High, everything that we need is going to be placed on the path as we go. You see that? That's beautiful testimony.
Exactly.
I'm happy that you guys were able to. Yeah, I'm happy that you guys were able to keep the Passover. That's a blessing. That's a boost of encouragement for everybody to continue. All praises.
I was cracking up in the Passover, cracking up when we played the game, the questions, and you have to put the right answers.
Yeah.
I was cracking up. So
Yeah, some answers
there were some answers when the answer was the wife of Abraham. Somebody in the chat say Buttercup. I was cracking up.
Nah, but you know, you got to give some grace because there's probably people who's probably just learning. You know, that's what I said. Certain answers that was coming up. I'm like, all right, this person probably brand new. They probably this is probably the first time they ever picked up the Bible. So I gave grace. You know.
Yeah, you have to.
It was unacceptable if you if you
I
5-10
was
years
the
in the
same
truth and you
when
giving
I
those
was new, I
answers.
was the same.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. No, like I say, I was the same when I came to the truth in the first time. I was the same. So yes,
exactly.
I have to show the grace, same to the person.
All praises. But yeah, well,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I appreciate you calling. I got to get to the next one though, but it's always a pleasure hearing from you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
So
Shalom,
yo,
sir.
you guys have a blessed one, man. I'm happy to hear the story of how you guys were able to keep the Passover. So bless you, my brother. You can let yourself out. All right, I'm gonna bring in the next person as well. I have Zoom caller. Let's see who this is. Zoom caller. Who? Zoom caller.
Shalom.
Shalom. We got Zoom caller in the house. Hold on. Let me put Zoom caller on the.
Sorry if my quality's bad.
Nah, listen. It don't matter about quality. What's going on, brother? What's your name?
My name is Brother Lamar out of the Dallas body.
Brother Lamar. Okay, here we go. Dallas in the house. What's going on? You look like you on the road right now.
Oh no, I'm in the truck, but I'm not driving right now. I'm just sitting.
Okay.
First and foremost, I just want to say all praise to the Most High and double honors to you, Deacon. The lesson, I appreciate Yeshaya, and it just, I praise the Most High for the lesson because sometimes you need a reminder of what He does for you.
Yeah.
Like, you need a reminder, and the choir sings a song, Yeshaya promised He'll take care of you. And He does.
Yeah.
And it's like when you give everything to Him, like you see everybody struggling. Like you said it perfectly. The other nations are actually struggling now. The Edomites are homeless.
Yeah.
I see homeless Japhites. When do you see that?
I never.
They're on drugs now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Go ahead.
And it's like, even though, like you said, a key thing, we have to work hard right now because we don't have their yoke, but we're still in we're still in Babylon. So it's still hard for us.
Yeah.
But just not giving worry about tomorrow and knowing Yeshaya has us, it's like you need that reminder sometimes because, like you said, you could sit there and worry about your bills and worry about this and that, and not give enough praise to the Most High for what He's done for us.
Exactly. All praises. Yeah.
So,
and I thought to make, to have this type of conversation because, like, some of us, like even me, sometimes I'll get caught up. I'll see the bills piling up. I'll see all that. I'm like, yo, where am I get the money to pay for this? And I was like, you know what? At some point, I just be like, yo, it is what it is. And I said this in the beginning of the broadcast that a lot of us gonna have to just revert to just submitting to the Most High. Like, yo, I'm just surrendering. Like, yo, I can't even do this anymore. You definitely gotta take the wheel on this one. So, it's always a good thing to sit back, like you said, and reflect and to really just acknowledge what the Most High is doing. And I was talking to a brother about this during Passover. Like, can you imagine all of the things that we don't see the Most High is doing on our behalf? But yet we complaining about, oh, why is not enough salt in this rice? Or frivolous things, little things. We complain about these small things, but look at all of the bigger things that we don't even see that the Most High is shielding us from.
one example I could give is I'm a truck driver. I'm on the road, and the negligence these people have on the phone and distracted driving, the Most High actually protects you on the road. And I see it happening. I see the Most High giving people grace and sparing their life, in bad weather conditions and all that, or allowing a storm to pass over you and And like you said, you don't know, and you just gotta pray and be thankful because he works.
Con. And definitely, I'm definitely gonna be praying for you because I know you out there on the road, man, on a truck. It ain't easy. Being a driver ain't easy, man. That's that's what I do for a living too. I don't drive trucks. I drive buses, but you know,
I don't envy
ain't
you.
easy.
I rather deal with freight than deal with people. But.
Yeah, listen, man. I would trade places with you in a heartbeat, man, if I could. All right, I would. But bless you, my brother. Thank you for calling in, man. I'm gonna keep you in my prayers. You be safe out there. Your Shia be with you, and enjoy the rest of the feast.
Shalom, Deacon. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Right, all right. I got who else I got coming in here? I got my Dominic coming in. I got Dominic, then I got my Kayum coming in as well too. I got coming in here. Oh, you got me on the speaker. Dominic coming in. Oh, Dominic, then I got. You gotta mute me in the background. Mute me in the background. My Dominic. You unmute yourself.
I did that now, right?
All right. What's going on, Ak?
Shalom and happy New Year.
Oh, I got the wrong one. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy Pass. Are you? No, there he goes. Happy New Year. Happy Passover. Happy Feast on Unleavened Bread.
Yeah,
all three.
Yeah, all three in one. Yeah, it's going on right now. We got it going on right now, you know.
Yo, brother and sisters, if y'all didn't know, y'all looking at the G.O.C.C. Terminator right here. Okay, this our own official Terminator. I'll be back. That's him. All right. What's going on?
Not bad, you know. Concerning the Passover, yeah, we at least we invite a friend over who interested in learning about the Most High. You know, we invite them over to witness the Passover and how it goes and things like that. We help them in terms of doing certain Bible studies, like when they study certain parts in the Bible and they don't understand, they would call and find out, well, ask certain questions, you know.
Oh, praise. Oh, so you saying you actually invited family members?
Yes.
Oh, wow. All praises.
Yes. Even with the wife, even with the body back home, like we connected to the body back home. We do a Friday night service with them. We do meeting on a Wednesday night and stuff, you know, like for the gathering and thing back in the country. So we kind of with them, you know, Bishop Yakazakwa in Trinidad. We just do a Friday night lesson.
Yeah, double honors to Bishop Yakazakwa, man.
Yes, for real. For what he's doing in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It's a blessing with what he's doing in the Caribbean, you know. So we just do the lessons and stuff like that, you know. I don't know, me and the wife thinking of at least, you know, we thinking of helping them out down there as much as we can help them out right now.
Yeah, because they need it. Yeah, you're right.
Yes,
You're right.
you know, like if we have certain things, like we get like clothes and pampers and things like that, we send it back home and they would like donate it to the homes and, you know, and those things and them like that. We trying to see as much as we could do at least to help out our people, you know.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Let me ask you, who's making the bread? You or the wife in the house?
We don't both of we always do work together. We never really separate. Praise like who do this and who do that. You know, I glad that I learned that from a youth. How to do everything. Right. So yes, as much as my mother is not in the truth, but she teaches us how to take care of a house and a family. So this is one thing that I grew up with. She is not in the truth, but at least I just try to tell the truth. I just try talking to her concerning the truth. But you know, when you think you're in this Christian church all your life, you feel that, you know, you're not supposed to learn again. You know what I mean? And
yeah, you got to give those people time. You got to give them time.
Yes,
because believe it or not, exactly, you know what? Believe it or not to cut you off, some of these people, if they receive the truth, it probably would destroy them. It probably turn them crazy. Yes. So they good where they at right now. You know, they good where they at.
Even some of those guys on my work, You know, they realize what I stand for now, because certain conversation that they does have, I just tell them that I don't learn nothing from those conversations. So nowadays, we, like when we in the shanty together, we start to talk about the Most High.
Right.
And some of them learn, like, willing to listen right now. They never used to before, but right now they start listening, you know. And I thank the Most High for that. At least, you know, they can't just jump in it all of a sudden. They have to take the time and grow into it. So I still thank the Most High for them. You know.
All praises. Well, you know, I'm happy that you guys had a blessed Passover and a feast on unleavened bread. Hopefully, I'll see you guys soon.
Oh yes, you will. You will. Right now, baby, she's getting huge.
I already know.
Huge,
I already
man.
know.
She's 8 months and she's like a handful right now. But
8
still,
months. Praise
you
the
know,
Most High.
we will be back with the gathering soon.
God,
we know the reason why we couldn't really you know, come in person, but we never yet miss out a Sabbath lesson, neither a Wednesday night lesson, neither your lesson. We always here.
All right, no, all praises. But let me get to the next caller.
Oh yes, no, you know, before that, something I had to say. You see, you know, sitting down with the brothers, like how you used to be sitting down with the brothers and have discussion. I think you should continue doing those things.
No, we are. You talking about the young men for Christ? Yeah, we are.
Yes, like
we definitely are.
And the Deacon and everybody, when you all sit down and discuss about certain things, you know, we learn a lot by that.
No, we definitely going to. And what's funny is I was trying to schedule something for tomorrow, but all of our schedules is we'll see how the Most High play it out. But trust me, another conversation is coming really soon. Trust me, with better audio too as well. So
God.
Call me Ashala. So I'll see you, my brother. All right. Blessings. My brother right here. You can let yourself out. I'm gonna let in Kayum. Then I got Hardy family. Then I got Onan. Then I got Zedekins. All right. I try to pronounce it as best I could. So I got Kayum first. Then I got Hardy family. My ox is over there. You know what I mean? Hey, here we go. Got my Kayum in the building. What's going on?
Yes,
long time no see. Shalom. How are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Deacon, everybody was looking for you too. You know, man, I know people didn't get a chance to see the broadcast. I said, yeah, but you know, he's in our prayers. You know, and we just so happy that you know what I mean to have these broadcasts and it's like, you know what I mean, I think I'm appreciative to the power here. You know, the Godhead. You know, I'm so thankful for the three that bear record in heaven. And this church, the elder, you know what I mean, Elder Rawchaa and Lawya, you, Elder Rawchaa, Elder Hannah, Elder Lamar, you know, so on, Elder Dale and Elder Yarok. I mean, just so on and so on, the officers and, you know what I mean, all the bishops, the deacon, even the saints. I'm thankful, and the children. I'm just so thankful just for the whole body. You know, and it was like a family union there. You know, it was a blessing thing. And I just believe that, you know, like Elder said, you know, he brought the children on the stage.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was powerful when I seen that.
Oh man,
powerful.
And, yes, sir. It was powerful, and it's just see them up on there. They know the Most High name, and you know Yeshaya name, and you know it's just a blessing. And I think we adults we have to make sure that we're giving them the greatest example so they can carry it on, and you know, go to each other if there's any issues, any quarrels, or any problems. You know, just keep you know. There's nothing wrong with going to somebody and saying, "Is everything okay?" Or if you have a problem with a brother or sister, you know, just go to them and say, "Hey, you know, I didn't like this or like that."
Right.
Just so we can, you know, iron these things out. You know, because we all gotta come together. And like Elder said one time, we all gotta, you know, if we're able to make it to the wilderness, we gotta praise the Most High higher in one, you know,
spirit.
You know. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I mean, I just think that we all as adults just gotta, you know, come together and just be like the Lord, like Yeshaya said, you know, to be like these children. You know what I mean? And you know, Most High, you know, say that and Shai asked a question, said, "Well, how can you say you love Ahaya if you don't love the ones in front of your face?" So, you know, we just gotta just love each other, know that we're in the same walk. We together.
We here.
family.
Yep, it's us. Yeah, and especially going back to the children before I let you go. Going back to the children, salute to the parents, man. Salute. Let me clap a salute to all of those parents who took the time to teach those children, because they didn't just learn that by out of nowhere. The parents took their time to sit with their children and teach them the name, teach them the history, teach them all these things. So salute to those parents.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, at the water to the moms and the dads, and you know, what I mean, in this great order that the Most High have. Just thank you for training them up the way they should go.
Yes,
and
sir.
thank you so much, Deacon, so much. You know, what I mean, for
praises.
everything that you do.
All praises be to the Most High, man. I appreciate y'all, man, because look, without y'all ain't no me either. So we one body, we working for each other. So all praises be to the Most High, man. My brother Kayum.
Yes, sir. Wow, thank you, sir.
I'll see you. Great seeing you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Great seeing you always.
All right. So now we got Hardy family, then we got Onan, then we got Zedekins. I hope I'm saying it right. Y'all, you correct me when you come in here. But got Hardy family. What's going on? Shalom, peace and blessings. You gotta unmute your mic. Let's go.
Shalom.
My brother.
Peace and blessings, Deacon. How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on, my Ak? Long time no see, man. How you?
I'm doing wonderful.
All praises, all praises. How you guys enjoyed the Passover?
Oh man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful being able to share the Airbnb, being able to meet some of the brethren from Las Vegas body, Yashashikar and Bawar, man. Those brothers labor of love. It's everything that's coming out in the spirit and what's coming out in these lessons too. We were, man, just being in the spirit is real deal. I was just talking to my brother Yashashikar before I called in here, and you know, it's unmatched. The spirit of the Most High God is unmatched. You know, I definitely felt you not there too. You know.
Yeah, man. I really miss not being there too, but you know, Most High willing, next year. You know.
I know you just had a baby.
Yeah, baby boy will be he'll be big enough. Hopefully, I don't gotta carry him everywhere he'll walk around, not too far, but you know, we'll be there. Most High willing.
Shout out to my wife for real, because we just took our daughter all the way down there. You know.
Oh, yeah, you just had a daughter too, right?
Yeah, man.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
he added the daughter to the bunch. All praises,
man, bro. I didn't even get to see Deacon Zachariah, but
yeah.
I seen the pictures, man, and they look beautiful, man. Yeah. Their family. I meant to bring them over to him. I messaged him like, I'm gonna bring my family to you. I just got so caught up and you know, you get caught up with the brother, and you get caught up with wanting to see all your people.
Yep.
You get caught up with the lesson, with the, you know, and I actually didn't even finish out the play, because I didn't even end up finishing out the play because I know that my wife, you know, she was tired and my kids were tired. My son actually we went to the beach one day down there because we went down on Tuesday.
Nice.
He got severely sunburned, man. I felt so bad. He got sick with the sun poisoning. And, you know, if you look at some of my pictures, you'll see it. Like, you could tell he was going through it, and, you know, but praise the Most High, we were able to make it, and it's unmatched. That's all I can say. It's unmatched.
I already know, man. That feeling of just being around all of the saints is a different feeling. This is how you know we need each other. Christ came to gather us together. Without us together, like can you imagine doing this walk alone? Keeping feast days alone? It's sad. But there's some people who still haven't come to the knowledge of Christ and is keeping Passover like that, who's fellowshipping by themselves, who's, you know.
But that's why we're here. I seen a beautiful thing too, is because there's brothers that want to come, but they're trying to make wise financial decisions to be able to go and to be able to go. So they're keeping Passover at home. And I got a very, very, very dear Ak to me that he did that this year, and he's in the spirit of the Most High. So don't feel bad that you can't go too, but make sure that you do what you need to do from this time to then to make it, because it's something else.
Yeah,
it's just something else. And another point is, the Brooklyn body, man, is dear to my heart, man. Rashad, Shamuala, and a couple other ox. Forgive me for not remembering names, but they were like right across at an Airbnb from my Airbnb. Like, I seen them. I'm like, oh no. First I seen them at the vending. Then I got back. They were coming back from the vending. I'm out on my balcony. I'm like, oh no way! I had to go give him a hug. You know how I am.
Yeah, I already know. It's always like, it's like a big, it's like what Kayam was saying. It's like a big family reunion every year.
Man.
And it's an experience.
The spirit that we bring, that city is on guard. Like, you walk anywhere, especially when we're dressed up, they're like, whoa, what is this? Like, I had you can't walk anywhere. Not that we're in it for looks or nothing. It's just our spirits bear record that this is the truth, man. That this is the truth, that this is different.
Right.
So praise the Most High for that. Praise him, because even this whole week has just been smooth. And if it hasn't been smooth for you, know that you're being refined. Some of that dirt that needs to come off of you is coming off of you, and you'll be tried like pure gold.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. But we gotta allow the Most High to continue to renew our minds daily. But it's been great talking to you. I'm gonna get to the next one. They're telling me my time is almost up. I'll just restart it. I think that's how it worked.
Yeah, you can restart it.
Yeah, because I'm like,
it takes 10 minutes though. You gotta wait 10 minutes.
Oh, you gotta wait 10 minutes? Oh, nah.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. All right, then.
Shalom, brother.
All right, shalom, my brother. Great seeing you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Great seeing you. My eye. Yeah, man. All right, so we got coming in. I said we got Onan. We got Onan, who's coming in right now. You can unmute yourself. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear and see you. Shalom, what's going on, my brother?
Shalom.
What's going on?
Peace and blessings to you.
Likewise. You like you at work right now, holding it down.
Yeah. At the the plant.
Okay.
Plantation.
Oh, what cars y'all building over there?
Toyota RAV and Camrys.
Oh, nice. So what's going on? How was your Passover?
Passover was a blessing. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go out to Florida this year, but most high willing, we will be out at the next Passover. But nonetheless, we had a nice feast.
Yeah,
my wife and the children, and it was a blessing.
Praise the Most High. That's all it's about, man. As long as you keeping it in spirit and in truth, man, that's all that matters. Especially you kept it at home with the family. That's a blessing.
Yes,
all praises.
Yes, sir.
So tell me. No, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
No, I was just gonna say that I did have a question, but I'll answer your question first because I came in kind of late.
No, you can ask your question because this thing gonna reset on me. I gotta upgrade this thing, but go ahead.
So because I noticed how you said that you started working nights.
Yeah.
And my question is that I know there's a transition and there's a difference as far as like employees that you may deal with working at nights versus the days. And my question is like, when dealing with employees, when they're cursing a lot and maybe their conversations may be unruly, how do you necessarily deal with that when you have to be in the same proximity of those co-workers when they're carrying about and talking about, whatever it may be, definitely contrary to our beliefs?
Well,
when you ignore them.
I'm gonna tell you what I do. Well, for me, being that my job, I don't work in close proximity with my coworkers. I don't work like face to face with them. I'm driving. You understand what I'm saying? But when it's time when I do speak to them and I'm around them, I just ignore. I ignore it for the most part. I try my best to not let it affect me or stumble me. And if I notice, for me, if I notice as a coworker that's completely off the hinges, like you'll have that one coworker that always want to show you something. Yo, look at this. Yo, you seen this? And you look, and it's like, yo, come on, man, it's something defiled, right? Those type of people, when I see them coming, I don't even try to keep conversation. I'm like, all right, what's going on, and keep it pushing because I already know where it's heading. So sometimes you gotta plan ahead when you see certain people. But being the fact that you work directly with these people, the only thing you could do
side by side,
yeah. If you can peaceably tell them, you could tell them like, yo, if you mind, try to, can you guys keep it down, or can you not like say that around me, or try to turn the conversation and gear the conversation in another direction if you that personal with them. That's what I would do. I would try to, like, if everybody's talking, I would try to gear the conversation in a different light, in a different direction. And them dealing around you, they're gonna notice that, oh, this brother don't curse, this brother don't, and you'll notice them like straighten up around you. Like they wouldn't even curse. They won't curse around you. They won't, you know what I mean? They'll apologize. I have coworkers who do that with me anyways. So, you gotta be able to, it's almost like forgive them because they're in ignorance, and I look at these people like I used to be them. So I'm not gonna act like I'm so far removed from where they are. As you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because because at the end of the day, we still want to be a light, but we don't want to look like a holier than thou person to them, because they still unclean, they still in the world. So they're gonna, and you never know, the Most High probably put you there so you could be the light for them. And they're only gonna see the light
like
by how you, huh?
No, I was just gonna say I felt like ignoring them was kind of like, how they say your silence is complicit.
Yeah.
By like just they talk a certain way, but just by me ignoring them, and even if they say something where it's like they're cursing and swearing, but then I just like I don't even say nothing to it or even respond to it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that I shouldn't do either.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, another thing too is, yeah, you want to ignore the negative, but you don't want to be like you don't want to stick out as far as like, yo, you can't talk to this person. This person's not even friendly. You understand what I'm saying? You still want to, greet them if you can. If they ask you a question, you answer. But as far as engaging in foolish conversation, I don't got time for that neither. I'm not engaging in that. But if they come to me and they ask me a question and we talk, still be cordial. You understand what I'm saying? The scripture says, if all possible, live at peace with all men. Like, and somehow you gotta find a way to still be a light. And I'm pretty sure they already realize that you're different because you don't even interact with them. But once they get to know you and they're like, oh, this brother is not too bad, then they'll be able to be more receptive to what you're saying, because now I could talk to them. You know how many people that come to me and be like, yo, man, like, yo, you so knowledgeable, man. Like, how you? And it's because of I'm just being a light. I don't gotta talk like y'all to talk. You understand what I'm saying? I can still talk to y'all. I can vibe with y'all, but if it get left, I know how to remove myself from those situations. Right? You just gotta have that mental capacity, that willpower to like, all right, I'm off this. Or if if that one person who's gonna come with the negativity, you gotta know how to evade them before they even come your way. Right? Hopefully that helps.
What you said was true too, about like you act a certain way at work, you don't even got to say anything, because I have noticed that there are certain employees that will be like, or coworkers that will be like, oh, my bad. Like they'll start to swear or say something, oh, my bad.
They know.
They'll correct themselves.
They'll know. But as long as you just don't, if you don't engage in them, never change. Don't engage as far as in that light with them. Always be who you are. Be friendly. Be cordial. And try to live as peaceful as you can, because no matter where you go in this world, we're gonna be around unclean people. We're gonna be around people who who's in darkness. So the only way they're gonna be able to see light is if we around them. As much as we don't want to be around them, we don't want to be around darkness. The Most High will sometimes place us in places to be a light, to pull out one, pull out two, and then once you pull them out, then the Most High move you somewhere else. Right?
And all praises.
All praises, my brother. So I'm gonna put you in the queue. I got one more person left, but it was great talking to you, man.
Hey, nice talking to you too, Deacon.
Right, so,
and congratulations on the new baby too.
All praises. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Shalom.
All right. Shalom. All right, so I got one more left. I do apologize for keeping you so long. But listen, if I think this thing is gonna shut off on me. But if it does, I'll stay on a little longer to come back, because I think I gotta upgrade this thing.
Hey, Deacon.
Shalom. Oh, it's Miss Atkins. I'm like, who's Zadikins?
Let me cut off the background.
I was like, who's Zadikins? the way the name is spelled. But praise the Most High.
This is my my work email at Amazon. So
okay.
You know
That's
they
why.
do everything with A to Z app. So yeah, this is my I'm at work actually, but I had to call in, man, and tell you I'm still smiling from the Passover. I'm still happy. I'm still happy. Me and Zach went down there and we met so many brothers and sisters. Like Brother Kayem said, I met him too.
All praises.
Yeah, man, it was like a big happy family. Like,
oh, my thing got cut off. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta redo this. I knew it was gonna happen. I gotta upgrade this thing. Stop being cheap. I'm gonna hold on. Let me put it up. Let me put it back up real quick. I'm gonna put it back up real quick. Just hit the link. I think it should still be the same link. You could come back on the same link. There you go. Are you back?
I didn't know if I got cut off or not.
Nah, you got cut off. This thing cut you off. It'll give you like 40 minutes at a time. I haven't been using it in a while. That's why I cut off the premium, whatever the case is. But here it goes.
But yeah, all praise the Most High. It's been a blessing. We took the train down there, so it was like 19-hour trip. So I tell anybody that if you do plan on taking the train, it's the most relaxing ride you can ever have.
Nice.
Just make sure you have a blanket and a neck pillow.
How long was the ride for you?
19 hours.
19 hours.
Yeah, from Baltimore to Orlando. So
how much stops?
Time. It was a couple stops. I ain't gonna lie to you, because we had to stop through Virginia. We stopped from DC to 3 stops in Virginia, 2 stops in North Carolina, 3 stops in South Carolina.
Oh my goodness.
And then we was in Georgia, 3 stops in Georgia, and then about 3 stops until we got to Orlando. So it was a 19-hour ride.
Woo. Bless your heart.
But we left early. We played it smart. So we left on Wednesday. We got there by Thursday morning.
So praise the Most High for your safe arrival.
Like
now praise the Most High for your safe arrival. You know, you guys got there safe and got back home safe. All praises.
Man, I'm telling you, it's my mother's second Passover. She was so happy.
All praises.
She was so happy. Like, she was like, I wish your father could be in this truth and really see, your brother and your sister, really see what the joy of this is, being around these people, because she's like, it's like family. Like,
yeah.
It's like you never left. She's like, we get coming together on one accord. And she said, it's all love in the room. I just wish they could see this. And I said, Mom, I said, we got to just be a light. That's it. I said, walk in the fruits of the Spirit and then just be a light to people around us. Meet people where they at.
That's the thing, because it's great that you're saying that, because from the last call from the brother Onan, there could be somebody in his very job that the Most High is probably trying to pull out, but they just don't have enough ammo to really come fully forward, and they meet him and boom, everything makes sense. So
everything makes sense.
So it's very important that we be a light wherever we go. So that's why we got to make sure we walk in the gospel. You don't just believe in it. You got to walk it, live it, talk it. You understand what I'm saying?
And like, you know, and the thing about this that I learned too, by I'm being like 4 years in truth, me and Zach 4 years in the truth since we've been baptized. When I'm learning more and more as everything gets harder, as everything gets crazier, as everybody start to lose their mind, you don't lose faith, you don't lose hope. It's like you said on the call, like everybody's saying, oh, you know, we need to flee Babylon. We need to flee. Like you said, go where? Okay, we go to Africa. We going to another place that no man dwelt. We don't know that place. So coming over to somewhere that you don't know, you didn't grow up there, you don't have any family, you don't have any connections, no network. You can't survive like that.
Right.
It takes a community. It takes people that know each other, that love each other, that understand each other to come as one. So it's no individualites. It's us coming together,
right,
and figuring this thing out and saying, hey, you got something, what can you put to the plow? You got something, what can you put to the plow? Sister, you got something, what can you put to, you got doctors, nurses, we got everybody from all walks of life. The Most High is calling all of us to our positions, our purpose for him.
Right.
So, you know, I'm learning. I'm grateful for, you know, double honors to all the deacons, all the elders and the bishops, double honors to all y'all for laying down the ground. But we got to finish.
Yeah.
We got to finish for the kingdom.
Right. And we got to finish together. Even though we all gonna get judged individually, but we a body, right?
Body.
Christ has come back for a body. He's come back for a nation of people, right? So
that's right.
I appreciate your input. I appreciate you know what you're saying and everything that you experience. All praise be to the Most High, my sister.
And congratulations. Me and Zach trying to get what you and your wife got. We trying to make our little family.
Listen, it's gonna happen, you know, when the Most High is ready. You gotta stay in prayer. Yo,
that's right.
Yo, remember Sarah. Remember Rebecca. Remember Hannah. Oh, we got all of these sisters in the scriptures to draw strength from. So don't worry. In its time and its season, it's gonna happen.
That's right.
All right, my sister. I'm gonna put
all praises.
All praise. I'm gonna put you back in the queue.
And congratulations to your new baby, son.
All praise. Thank you so much.
All right.
All praises. All praises. So all right. So now we got All right, we got who's this? All right. We got, you gotta help me pronounce your name. Pa'alau.
Shalom. Pa'alu.
Huh?
Pa'alu, but
Pa'alu.
Yes,
see,
sir.
I was close.
Yes.
Shalom. What's going on, my brother? How are you?
I'm good. I'm out here slaving over it. Well, I shouldn't say slaving, but working on this unleavened bread.
Yo,
unleavened bread, man. I'm cooking right now.
All praises, man. You see, and you see, one thing I love about the Feast of Unleavened Bread is I made it like a family culture type of thing. Like I want my sons to remember every year around this time, Daddy would always make bread. Like that's something that I was like, you know what? From every year, I always make my bread. Even before they were born, I started that little tradition. So, you know, I'm grateful for that. So yeah, man, I love that. Like my wife, she don't even touch it. She let me handle that. She handle everything else. Bread is me. I'm doing that.
God. All praises. All praises. Man. Yeah.
So how was your Passover? You did you go or did you stay back?
Yeah. So I'm in Florida.
Oh, you in Florida?
So,
oh, lucky you.
Yeah. So we had it down here. And it was beautiful, brother. It was beautiful. I honestly, even though I've never met you in person, right, I definitely felt the lack of you being there as well. When the brother said that, I was like, yeah, I was looking for Deacon Hazaq as well, too. So it was cool, though. I served on security for one day, and then the next day we were doing ushering. But
putting your hand to the plow.
What you say?
I said you was putting your hand to the plow. I like that.
Con, absolutely. And even that in and amongst itself added to the experience, because for me, I just, like, ever since getting into this truth, man, I want to be of service, you know, to the Most High and his flock. And I take every ounce of that very seriously, you know? So being around other brethren who have that same spirit, and then on top of that, seeing like being starstruck by seeing people like the elders, Elder Rawchaa. He was looking clean in his garb. I knew he was gonna come with it. Him and Lion and King, they always come with it as far as the garments, and then just their energy as well too. But this was me meeting all of you guys for the first time in person. So feeling your energies for the first time was just like, wow, these are men of the Most High. You know what I mean? And the fact that they don't walk with that air of celebrity was the best thing. You know, like you're meeting people who, sure, they're put up in positions to serve the Most High at one of the highest, at some of the highest ranks that you can, if you will, if you want to use ranking, but they don't act like that. You know what I mean? There's no chip on their shoulder. It's all love. It's all, you know, shalom, peace and blessings. They're humble, you know, and down to earth. And truly, like, this entire family that we have together really makes a lot of the hardship and all that our people have been through, it makes it all worth it. And you see that the Most High, I was reading in Isaiah today, and he was just talking about how, like, though I've taken y'all through the craziest stuff, like, I love y'all, you know, like, and I am your God and none else, you know, like, you guys are my people. And you really felt that this weekend, where it's like, wow, out of anywhere in the world, I know that's that saying, like, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here right now.
Right.
That was 100% like raining in my mind throughout the entire time. I was like, yo, look at all the beautiful children and the people and the families. And
you know, let me ask you, this is your first Passover?
First Passover in person, yeah. Last year I did the virtual.
Praise the Most High, man. It's a great feeling, right? Isn't it? Right? It's a great feeling.
It's crazy, man. Like, I don't even know what I'm feeling. You know, it's like day 5 out of that, and I'm still just like in the euphoric space. You know, just like, wow, that really happened, and it was over too soon. Honestly, man. Like, I can't wait to be with the family full time. You know, I know the wilderness is going to be wild, but I constantly find myself saying I'm ready to be with Yasharallah, figuring it out, working together to, you know, really make it to the kingdom as Yeshaya guides us. So.
Right. And you know, but that's what it is. You know, before we get to the wilderness, we got to know what we all capable of doing first, right? And this is why the gathering is here, while we meet every week. You know, I get to know what you're good at, you get to know what I'm good at. So when we finally get there, I will know we're in good hands. Like, all right, this brother could do this brother could cook, this sister could cook, this could sew. So, you know, all the pieces is actually coming together, man. And it's no greater feeling, man. It's no greater feeling. I'm just, you know, I was a little in my feelings a little bit that I wasn't there personally, but, you know, I still had a great time with my family still, you know. You know? But it's the first one I missed in a very long time. But, you know, hey, it's for a reason, right? So, but I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed the Passover. You guys look nice. Like, from what I seen, listen, I don't think anybody missed a beat in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Israel do it for real, man. Yeah, Israel does it to the next level. So, all praises.
Yeah. So, like I said, we got to remember these times when it's good, because there's gonna be times where it's bad. So,
right.
Right. We got to draw from these memories, to, you know, just to understand, like, yo, just a little bump in the road, but we gonna get through it. Right.
Yeah.
Brother.
And even this week, just the last thing I'll share, it touches on what you just shared, where it's like, yeah, you know, the times are going to be tough, but the times are only tougher when you're in a scenario with the wrong people, you know. But this weekend showed you that, like, nah, we got the right people, you know, and Ahaya Bahasham Yeshaya and the Ruach, they set it up to where it's like we can only win, you know, as long as we just submit ourselves to him. And it seemed like everyone was submitted to the same spirit, one mind, one spirit, one baptism, for real. So it was crazy. Like, all the teachings just basically were brought to fruition, and it was all felt and experienced. Like, you heard it, you read it, but this is really Yasharallah. So I thank you guys for all the work that you've done. I'm fresh in this truth, but, like, I'm talking work done, seen, unseen, you know, the things that you guys have overcome to, you know, continue to put your shoulders to the plow and, you know, make what we're seeing and experiencing live and in action today. Like, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. So all praises. Bless you guys. Double honors.
Bless you, man. All praises be to the Most High and Yeshaya, who gave us the strength to continue, man, because, like, yo, we're just men too, you know. And the same way, and I love how you was able to see that humility, because at the end of the day, who am I? Most High could remove me out the way and put somebody else there. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, is understanding that, you know, we're servants first, and we have the privilege to take care of something that's not even ours. Right? You guys are for the Most High. He's just using us to help us take care of you, right? And we're taking care of each other. But praise the Most High, man. Palu.
Salute. Yes, sir. You did it perfectly. Yep.
All right, I got you. I ain't gonna forget that now. All praises. Bless you.
All praises. Shalom. Bless you.
Shalom.
Salute.
Yes, sir. All praises be to the Most High, man. I'm so happy I took these calls. I can end this now. That was the last one. Praise the Most High. Right? It's been a long night. What time is it? Oh, it's going on 11 o'clock. Right? But, you know, brothers and sisters, I thank you guys for coming in. And one last thing I'm gonna say before I leave. I was more so happy and excited for the people who were celebrating it for the first time, like the Oct that just called Palu. Everybody who was there for the very first time, getting to experience that. That goes to show that these people really are striving to follow the Most High, and they took the stance to actually follow Christ, right? Because, you know, the Passover was only open to baptized members. So, you know, I was more so excited for them, you know, people who celebrated it for the first time, to get to experience that before this whole thing is all over. You know what I'm saying? To see that we could actually come together in the spirit of Christ, all in one room, in one spirit, one mind, one baptism, and in unity to serve the Most High. So that's what I'm happy for. The people who actually took the step to actually come out and really fellowship with us, and to serve and to worship in the Passover with us. So that was what I'm more so excited for, the newcomers, right? I'm happy for them. But nonetheless, brothers and sisters, I thank you all for coming in. You know, we're still in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. As a reminder, it's Saturday night at sundown. If you want, go grab a burger, go get some cake, pound cake, eat a whole box of cookies if you want. Nah, don't eat a whole box of cookies. Don't do that. I wouldn't even do it. Don't do that. Right? But then you can indulge in some leaven, right? But as of, you know, we still got tomorrow night. We still got 2 more days left, right? You got tomorrow and Saturday until Saturday night sundown. So 2 full days and 1 half day. So let's keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Let's keep reminding ourselves the purpose of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. What did we realize about ourselves, right? And what can we change about ourselves moving forward? And what's so beautiful about this, the next feast coming up is the first fruit. So now, after you done purge yourself of that leaven, what can you present to the Most High? Think about that. What's new about you that you can present to the Most High? Because that's your sacrifice to the Most High. It's you, right? We bring the offering. We bring the sacrifice of praise. So how can the Most High accept your sacrifice of praise being new, being unleavened, right? So let that marinate. We'll talk about that next time, right? Y'all already know my rundown. Brothers and sisters. So I really appreciate y'all.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
Thank you for coming in. Peace and blessings. I love you all. Stay prayed up. Continue to stay prayed up, man. That's our only form of communication with the Most High, is prayer. Prayer is going to get us through this thing. Prayer and action. Okay? Faith without works is dead, brothers and sisters. So don't worry. The Most High is going to put everything in our path that we need to move on to the next phase of this thing. So stay prayed up, sin not. Until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next one, right? Have a blessed one tomorrow, and have a blessed feast of unleavened bread to close out the feast this Shabbat. And let's continue. Let's keep pushing. Don't drop the plow. Keep your hand on it. All right. Bless you.